Our first caress.
Salute. If you just witnessed what I just witnessed, and you was fortunate enough to view the 2-day Wendy Williams documentary, then you will feel just as disgusted as I am. In my personal opinion, as we go through this timeline of what's going on with Wendy Williams, in my personal opinion, because we're going to break it down, all the characters, I think there's a plot, a conglomerate of people that's out to strip her of all of her wealth. And we're going to break it down piece by piece together. And with that being said, the first thing we're going to do before we get into breaking down each one of these characters, every last one of them. And so I'll let y'all know, in case you didn't view, who they are and what true results, in my own personal opinion, don't like what they trying to do and how they trying to do it to our sister, who since she was a little girl at 6 years old, all she's wanted to be at 6 years old was a star. That's all she wanted to be. She never cared about the money. She wanted the fame, per her words, and per her family, her father's words, and her brother, who says she used to have a little tape recorder, and she's with a little microphone, and she walked in her brother's room at that young age and started interviewing, interviewing her brother. And that's a 6-year-old girl who always knew what she wanted to be and what she wanted to do. She's just want to be a star, just want to be famous. And with all the money that she accumulated for over 30 years, we done seen this play before. There's a well-known movie, I forget his name right now, that that was made on this guardianship, when they put you with a total stranger, strip you from your family, and divide up and steal your assets. And with that being said, let's get into the characters, if y'all don't mind. True. Okay, character number 1, Kevin Hunter. This is her husband, ex-husband, as of today, of over 25 years. He used to also be an executive producer on the Wendy Williams show / her manager. They fathered a son, one son. We'll get into him right after this. Yeah, they had one son together. Now, he's been labeled as a serial cheater. Not a serial killer, but a serial cheater. All through they over 25-year relationship. He has been forgiven, did the same thing, lied, a serial cheater. Up until the point Wendy was forgiven, per her words, and I always take him back. As a matter of fact, on that infamous day when she, on Halloween, as we just witnessed, when she passed out, he used that time because he came out from behind the scenes at the studio as she was passing out, fainting on live TV. He came out like a knight in shining armor, like Like, she was a damsel in distress, picked her up, and per her words, she told herself mistakenly that this was gonna be all right. We're gonna make it through. Okay, obviously, that did not happen. Another interesting thing that I found out is that he wanted to control everything. Everything, all aspects. He would be on location. He would run everything. The studio execs didn't like him. He was like a big bully according to all the studio execs, the staff, and everything. Just controlling. Now we done seen this. Ike and Tina. A lot of that's just an example, but it's many more where they mix business with pleasure and personal, and it's all about that control. Nobody, he didn't want to lose the money train, the gravy train, if you will. Now this is all coming from Wendy Williams. Some of it is my personal opinion, but most of it is factual according to their own words. Now it gets interesting because, as you can see, they got divorced in 2019. Now, all of this, like I said, I was around a lady friend, and I had I'm going to call it a privilege, to take, to relax. And the Wendy Williams documentary was on. And I started off like, how some men are. Like, man, I'm trying to watch some crime TV or a fast movie or something. But then I started listening, because you have to have patience with women, because sometimes you got to pass the mic to each other back and forth. Pass the remote control, if you will, if you want to stay in the same room. Yeah. I started listening. And as I started listening, then I find myself, can't wait till the damn commercial go off. What cable TV at? What Showtime at when you want them, right? And it started getting deeper and deeper, and I start looking and listening. I'm like, okay, this ain't right, But we'll get to that later. Now, this same dude, Kevin Hunter, she drew the line when he got a little girl pregnant. Not a little girl as in underage, but a little girl in her 30s. He got her pregnant, and that's when Wendy drew the line. Now this was in 2019. Now realize it's early 2024, and that's why I showed y'all that timeline. That's why that timeline is very important, because this is what I will refer to as when she started breaking. Because you can be strong in business, and y'all know Wendy. Yep, she based her career on throwing your ass, lighting your ass up, Hot Topic and all that shit, Yeah, she the biggest blogger. Like, she don't bite her tongue and all of that. And she was in a lane of her own. So now that her life is the hot topic, as she would say, then she couldn't do nothing but tell the truth. But that's not where the story began. That's not where the corruption and the sick shit come in at. Now that's Kevin Hunter. So we're gonna pause. So just remember, as you can see, they got divorced 2019. As you can see, he got another female pregnant, and that was over with. And mixed with her, she's not saying about telling me about her alcohol problem and back in the days when she was just starting off as a DJ on air, disc jockey, or whatever you want to call it, radio talk show host or whatnot. She was dipping and dabbing with cocaine, you know. That's when she was young. But the alcohol got excessive dealing with your marital problems. And now let's get into her heart. One piece of her heart. And that would be this man's, her ex-husband's son, who's got the same exact name. Let's talk about her heart, her son, Kevin Hunter Jr. True. Mama's baby, mama's heart, Kevin Hunter Jr. She gave Kevin, her son, anything he wanted, and in return, Kevin loved and took care of his mama. All his life, he lived for her, and he appreciated, and he loves her. She loved him so much that it's nothing that he wanted for her. I mean, it's almost like she wanted the fame and to be a star, and she wanted her son to have the money. That's the vibe I got. That's the feeling I got. Now, Kevin Hunter Jr., I would call a level-headed, focused guy, to the point that he's in school. He's has tremendous wisdom, and you know how some people say in the South, you got an old soul. Yeah, he's on the surface. I don't know him personally, but yeah, it seemed like he got it together and holding on. Now, in the last few years, couple of years, I'd say about 4 or 5, as Wendy was going through her health problems and all of this personal issues and divorce and being the hot topic now, public divorce and health conditions, alcoholism, and just the fact that my husband, the serial cheater, after all the forgiveness and all the stealing and the taking advantage of me, and said, you gonna go have a baby with a bobblehead. You know what I'm saying? Someone that don't even, someone don't even matter. And shame me like that. And it hurts deeper because out of all the men, I only have one son with you. And now I got to protect him and put on a brave face just because, to shield my son from being humiliated. And at the same time, I got a divorce. I mean, you know, for a mother, it ain't about when the lights on. It's the lights always on. You know, so I understand that, and that will cause you to, you know, crack, to lose a little bit of yourself. Like she said, she went to the little girl house. Oh, you over here spending, so you buying this bitch a house, right? 6 miles down the street from our house. What kind of shit is that? Not the other side of town, not in a whole other state, but the audacity to buy this little girl, Sis Bobblehead, a house 6 miles down the road. So when Wendy found that out, she went over to the house and did what, you know, I guess most women would do. Spray paint some shit, super glue some mailboxes shut. I don't know, that's what she said. But back to him though. She made him her power of attorney, right? She made her son the power of attorney. Now, at the same time they was running the campaign, we're gonna get to the next character, because if y'all remember Mo 3, then you remember Rainwater. So yeah, we're gonna get to that. So she made her son power of attorney. Right? Now the bank where all of her millions at, Wells Fargo, right? They decided, they took it upon themselves to say that there's some stuff going on with your son spending habit, and it's all over $100,000 that he swears. First of all, he the power of attorney. His mama made him the power of attorney, so yeah, nobody else did that, and that's what they didn't like. That her young son is control all them millions, but that's her son, you know. And he they took $100,000 because his apartment cost $80,000. They took $100,000 that he had the power of attorney, and went through his mama, that she verified that yeah, you're telling the truth about the $100,000, but why are you in me and my mama business when I have to go through her for everything, and everybody else around him said, well, don't you know his mama really just made money for him anyway, so it's not out of the ordinary. And on top of that, he respects and loves his mama, that he still go through her. Can I do this? Can I do that? You know, most of the time, the shit they were talking about was things that he was doing for her, because she was high. She had high taste though. So $100,000 to a person with millions ain't nothing. But oh my God, it was enough for it to start for them to start to try to get him out the way and run the campaign on Wendy, because ain't no way this 19-year-old is gonna have access to all these millions. So let me put you another manager in place. Hint, get you another manager, and so we can start running our campaign, in my personal opinion. So keep your head up, Kevin Hunter Jr. And man, I wish you the best. So we riding with you. So let's get into the next character. Her new manager that didn't know Wendy but a couple of years. And in my personal opinion, this is the one they sent in before we get to Wells Fargo. Another Rainwater. Like I said, in my personal opinion, another Rainwater. So let's get to that and let's see who I'm talking about. True. All right. Will Selby. Who is Will Selby? Who is Will Selby? And why would TRURESULTS take it upon himself, in his personal opinion, compare Will Selby, who coincidentally resembles Brandon Rainwater almost to a T? Why would I say that? Because every manager ain't your friend. So, who is Wendy Williams' manager, Will Selby? Hailing from Brooklyn, New York, Will Selby, also known as Will the Boss, Wild the Boss, or whatever, is a jeweler, social media personality, and artist manager. He is the founder of WS Jewelry Incorporated and created bling for big names in the entertainment industry, including Drake, 50 Cent, Rick Ross, and Fabulous. According to his website, he is also the CEO of a company called Media Management, which primarily handles artists. Back in 2020, the same year Wendy divorced her husband Kevin Hunter, she was rumored to have dated Will when they were spotted hanging out. But the host denied it. Let go. I was only at the studio for 35 minutes. I was with my friend, who was also my jeweler, Will. But, and whatever, here is the big scoop. Will is my friend. He happens to be a jeweler. I'm one of his probably low-paying clients. I'm not buying jewelry all the time. Fast forward to 2022, after the Wendy Williams show had been canceled, Wendy hired Will to be her manager, and the two joined forces to launch a podcast. Will and I are in partnership. Will did all this for me, Wendy told TMZ live at the time. Y'all hear this bullshit? Now, I would call that a handler, wouldn't y'all? I would call that a handler. Because ain't no way somebody you just met got all of these feelings for you, and all of a sudden, with all the money you already got and all the people you could have went through, here comes Will to save the day. Bullshit. Bullshit. That's what we would call a handler, in my personal opinion. Now, the shit get deep with Will. So, let me slow it down and break some more things down. Let me try not to curse. And just hold on for a minute. We ain't through with you yet, Will. A.K.A. Looking like Brandon Rainwater. Y'all see this photo right here? Man, look at R.I.P. Mo 3. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like they making a whole, boy, it ain't about you, it's about rainwater now. About who dividing up your money, just like they could have tried to do on Wendy. But you look like Will 70. You feel me? True. All right, let's talk about Wells Fargo and what I think is going on. Now, Wells Fargo, as I stated, took it upon themselves. Remember, I told y'all that they froze all her millions in her bank account and put the Supreme Court made a ruling that we don't think Wendy Williams can take care of herself. I'm trying to think of that movie I watched a couple of years ago that was dead on point. I never know it was going to be happening in real life, but it is. So they froze all her millions and put what they call a guardianship over her money and her way of being. Now, in the movie I seen, this guardianship made a career out of forging papers, working with doctors, working with the places that they stay, that they put them in, to transfer deeds, sell all their belongings inside they home, sell their home, threaten them to put them on medication and shit where they can't think, and just steal all their money and shit. All they said, I mean, even to selling your furniture and your houses and all of this shit. So this looks like that's what's going on right here. It's all a big ass plot of play. Now she might have some health issues, but they didn't. In the documentary, they did the same exact thing. They put a handler over you, and in my personal opinion, that's what I think. This guy Will Selby role is. And I could be a lot of shit. I could be the president. I could be dead. I could be a lot of shit. But I trust my instincts, my gut feelings, and especially when it comes to our sister, because we seen what they do when they don't use you up. They always, first thing they do is run a campaign on you in the public media, to make you look like you losing your mind. They'll put you in position, take you away from your family, like they did with Wendy, that separate you from your family, separate your family from your money, go through they brotherhood or whatnot, and get an emergency order that says, you crazy, you can't, we don't think you can take care of yourself, so we're gonna freeze your money, put somebody in our system to overlook you, your health care, your money, and we're just gonna run you away. And your family can't have nothing to do. And that's what's so sad about it. Because she got a niece, and her name is Alex Finney, also her goddaughter. Her and Wendy Williams is very, very close. And I can see the pain in her nieces, her goddaughter, Wendy Williams' niece, goddaughter, Alex Finney. She don't like, and she's well aware of what's going on, just as her son is. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't cut them out. They didn't cut her son off. Made him move out his apartment and everything, you know. So, and it's sad as hell that the state can do this and the family has no say so. And also, that's why I call this dude here her handler, because he's trying to get a sick person to go to work before she gets help. Isolate her from her family. Now I'm gonna tell you a story that I seen on a documentary in case y'all didn't. I advise y'all to go watch it. But I had to do this. Take a break. I had to do this today for my sister and her family, because she lost her mother, who's her best friend, and every time somebody mentioned on this fucking scripted, on this bullshit ass show, documented to exploit her, because they want to show the world that Wendy Williams, see, I told y'all, yep, everything makes sense. And y'all know how they cut and edit it. And now here he is playing, I'ma say today, but all the time trying to get her to work before her health. And on the show, on the documentary, looks like he's so concerned about her drinking. And every time they cut and paste, here you go, walking around looking for bottles and shit. Got her with 10, 15,000 worth of cash and shit. Talking about how did it get here? I just found this in your jewelry box. What you looking in her jewelry box for? You know what I'm saying? So you can feel my pain. You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing this to show y'all how suspect and how blatant and how they got it's a whole system in place to use you up and spit you out and rob you for all your money. And that's not fair, and that's not right. And she also has Alex Finney's, her goddaughter, her niece, her sister, Wendy Williams' sister. They went through her. They actually played with her too. They was like, okay, we're gonna call you and ask you, can you take control? You know, can we make you guardian over Wendy Williams and make sure she gets some help? And all you gotta do is take a class. And her sister said, hell yeah. And then for some reason, unbeknownst to her and me, they hurry up and flip that script and cut that off. It's all about the money. You know what I'm saying? But like I was saying, she lost her mother, and her very amazing father is still here. And she also has a nephew that don't like what's going on. So they kind of pissed off and teed off at the handler, her manager, for 2 years. Who cares? Way more than the family. That he's trying to get her to go to work and to make him some money, get his commission, and now he's working hand in hand with the Supreme Court and the goddamn system to make sure that she's not around her family. And all that shit that y'all see on the documentary, cut scene and shit, that's some bullshit. Y'all know what they doing. So for the people that's making skits and shit about her passing out and all that, Man, y'all foul as hell for that. You know what I'm saying? All that shit. That's why they can do this. You know what I'm saying? Because it's easier to believe public perception than to see what's going on. Most of people have to be told what's going on because ain't that many self thinkers out here anymore. And for me, this breaks my heart. And on that note, because I really don't like it, and I want to do this part one, um, just to shed some light on it in my way, uh, by myself. So I hope this part one is appreciated because they got the records, they got shit sealed, and man, the family don't know where she at. That's why they named the show. Where is Wendy Williams? Y'all know where she at. Y'all separated from her family. Talking about being that should piss y'all off. 2-day documentary. Where is Wendy Williams? And y'all know exactly where she at because y'all sealed the records, separated from her family, and froze her money. And now the last thing that her family heard from her is this random phone calls. Man, this ain't right, people. You know, on that note, I'm gonna make this part one, and you know, cause I get emotional, believe it or not. You know, that's my sister. You know what I'm saying? And it's always a corrupt ass system. So I love y'all and I appreciate y'all for letting me do this. And it ain't perfect, but it's just genuine. So like, share, subscribe, always support. Like I said, this part one, it ain't over with yet. I'm gonna do my due diligence behind the scenes, and I will make sure it's a part two coming. This ain't just talking. So like I said, like, share, subscribe, always support. And Cash App $ True Result #2. I do the same thing for you. So please support. One love, y'all. True. Our first caress.